It's the adventures of the Jelly Queens.
The adventures of the Jelly Queens. Farm to table, living Texas style. Such flavor we discover in the state that's like no other. The adventures of the Jelly Queens. Hey!
A fairy tale like few others, Texas style. From food to fun, family to friends.
Come along and join us. We're one big family, sharing food and sharing fun and building our community. The adventures of the Jelly Queens.
The Jelly Queens gourmet jellies and jams, handcrafted from the finest organic ingredients, were created in 2012. Handmade in small batches, many times grown in their very own gardens. The quaint Jelly Queen's kitchen commercially manufactures internationally award-winning jellies, jams, sauces, spices, crackers, and scones. It's their attention to detail that has allowed the Queens to flourish, being named a 2014 Good Food Award winner. Hello again, everybody. Welcome to the Adventures of the Jelly Queens. I'm Scott Murray, along with the Jelly Queen herself,
Donna Collins.
Great to have you along. And today we're talking about competitive cooking. In the kitchen, outside of the kitchen, outside on the grill. Where are we talking about?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
So home cooks, professional cooks. You know, that's how I got into this business. Being a home cook who started in the competition. I was on Master Chef. And so we have a little bit of fun information about competitive cooking and how anyone who likes to cook can join in.
So even somebody out there today could say, you know what, I'm good on the grill.
You might have to practice all year, but we have competitions that we're going to tell you about.
What are the judges looking for? Whether it's grill cooking, whether it's indoor cooking, whatever it might be.
Well, it has to taste good first,
Right.
So, and look pretty. So, and you have to be able to do everything in a certain amount of time. These things are speed-based. You're getting down to the very last second and making sure that it's in front of the judge's nose at just the right moment.
When we see these competition shows on television, whichever show we might watch, are they pretty legit?
Most of them are pretty legit, and we have, they all include people who are amazing with what they do, from the little kids who are now doing Master Chef Junior all the way up to getting chopped because you didn't do something right.
You were involved in competitive cooking. You've got a young lady from Chicago that's going to join us here on the show who apparently was a superstar in her own right. So I think that's pretty good. What about me? Have I got a chance to win anything?
You're going to have to practice.
I watch.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. The Adventures of the Jelly Queens. We are coming at you right after this. Time now for a little cooking in Cowtown as the Jelly Queens spent some time this week in Fort Worth.
Hey y'all, I'm with my favorite Yankee girl today, and we're here in Fort Worth where one of my favorite chefs is going to teach us how to make a steak Texas style. Come on, Beth.
Let's go.
Chef, how you doing?
Hey guys, how are you?
It's good to see you.
Nice to meet
This is
you.
Beth. Beth is our world recipe champion from the World Food Championships. But I brought her in here so that you could teach her how to make a really good steak.
Chef Lane, apparently I'm a Yankee and I'm here to learn how to make a steak Texas style.
We're here at the Little Red Wasp in downtown Fort Worth on Main Street. We're going to teach you something today.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm excited.
Well, let's get started.
So Blaine, what kind of steak are we cooking?
So today we're going to start off with a little sirloin of beef, certified Angus beef. And what I like to do is just really simply season it with a little bit of sea salt and some cracked black pepper. We're going to season it pretty heavily on both sides.
Chef Lane, is this something that you make at the restaurant all the time?
Yes, this has been on the menu since day one.
It looks great.
So next what we're going to do is we're going to take it to our radiant broiler. This puppy gets to about 1200 degrees, and I'm going to get a nice little caramelization on top of it. So what I mean by caramelization is we're going to get it nice and golden brown. We're going to lock in all the juices.
So we can't get it to 1200 degrees at home, so how high do we do it if we're doing this at home?
So I think if you're going to do it outside on your grill, crank it as high as you can get it. You know, about 550. If you're going to do it in a pan, really smoking hot pan. And then, you know, if you want to do it in your oven, again, 500, 550 degrees, as hot as you can get it.
And how long are you caramelizing it for?
Basically, I'm just going to kick it for about 30-45 seconds on each side, and then I'm going to put it underneath the radiant broiler. Again, like I've said, I'm going to lock in all the juices. We're not going to let any juices escape. Okay, so you see I've got a nice caramelization on both sides. I'm going to put it under the broiler and get it cooked. How do y'all like your steak temperature?
You got two medium rare girls here.
That's my style. That's how we like it in Texas, medium rare. So we're just going to let it cook for about 3 minutes under the radiant broiler. And then the very important thing we've got to do with the steak is you've got to let it rest. So a lot of people make mistakes by taking their steak, cut it right after it's cooked, and we lose all the juices. So what we need to do is we're going to take it, let it rest about 3 minutes, and then we're going to warm it back up.
And how long does it take to get us to medium rare?
It's going to take us about 3 minutes to get to medium rare.
Did you just pat that steak?
You know, I think with us chefs, we always have to, have our hands on everything. So that's how we know the temperature. I think a good test is, I've always taught in the palm of your hand, this is rare, mid-rare, medium well, and then well, which we don't want to deal with well. We don't like our steaks well in Texas. Okay, so I think we're going to rest our steak now. We're going to cook it mid-rare, so we're going to rest it. We cooked it for about 3 minutes, so now we're going to rest it for about 3 minutes. And what this is going to do is we're going to allow the juices to distribute back into the steak. If we were to cut it open right now, we're going to lose all the juices. It's going to be really dry, and we don't want that. So we're going to rest it on the plate, cold plate, resting rack, whatever you have at your house, for about 3 minutes.
So I see butter there.
Us chefs love our butter. So I think to complement the steak, we've made a little compound butter. And what that is, it's herbs, it's garlic, a little bit of shallots, parsley. Mix that all together. And what I'll do right before I serve the steak is I'll put it on there, flash the steak, and then we're going to serve it.
Oh, yum. That sounds so delicious.
Sounds great.
Okay, so now that we've rested our steak, we're going to add this compound butter on top of it and just heat it back up. And I'm never shy with butter. We use lots of it.
More.
Just put that on the... You want a little bit more, huh?
A little more.
A little more? All right.
Good.
I like your style. All right, and we're going to put this on the plate. We like warm plates right under the broiler just to get back nice and hot. All right, guys, so this is our Little Red Wasp Texas-style sirloin steak.
I think I'm going to like Texas style.
It's beautiful.
This is the moment that I've been waiting for since we drove into Fort Worth. Right
Okay.
here. I'm so excited. Oh, that's beautiful. Wow, that looks delicious.
That is. Look at
Should I
that.
just dig right in?
Dig in.
Okay. Can't wait. Got to make sure I get a lot of that butter.
Mmm.
Butter somehow always seems to make things better, doesn't it?
Chef Blaine, you've outdone yourself.
Thank you.
This looks fantastic. Okay, yeah, definitely got to get a little bit of that butter in there, right?
Good stuff.
Beautiful.
Speechless. Oh my God.
Yummy.
That Texas steak was yummy. But then again, everything is always bigger and better in the great steak state of Texas.
The adventures of the Jelly Queens. Hey!
In today's Garden to Glass segment, our bartender/surgeon, Jeremy Hightower, about to make a house call at Ken Rathbun's upscale Dallas restaurant, Abacus, anxious to create the world's first ever pumpkin butter Manhattan. With his bag of tools in hand, let's go inside and see if the operation will be a success.
Today, we're going to do a twist on my favorite cocktail, the Manhattan. What's going to make this unique is the Jelly Queen's pumpkin butter. First step, a healthy spoonful of the Jelly Queen's pumpkin butter. Next thing you'll need is a ½ ounce of sweet vermouth, 2 ounces of bourbon whiskey, and a dash of bitters. Now, I was always taught that shaking dark liquors is kind of sacrilegious. However, again, using this sort of product in a cocktail is a little unorthodox, so I'm going to break the rules today and we're going to shake the bourbon. Now, as you can see, the pumpkin butter has a different consistency than the jams or jellies. So double straining this cocktail isn't imperative. I do recommend it, but it's not necessary.
May not be necessary, but we do have something that certainly enhances this cocktail. It's the unique hand-pressed ice ball tool by Macallan.
This is actually the first ice press in Texas. It was a gift to Mr. Rathbone.
As in Kent Rathbone, our chef extraordinaire.
The benefit of pressing the ice like this solidifies the ice. Your cocktail's not going to get watered down. The ice isn't going to melt. So typically when drinking a bourbon-based drink, if it's something that you have, it's a great way to enhance a cocktail. I don't expect you have one of these at your house, but next time you're at a craft cocktail bar, you may be lucky enough to get to try one. Some nice Luxardo cherries to garnish. And there you have the Jelly Queen's Pumpkin Butter Manhattan.
Hey Robert,
Hi.
I'm Jerry Jones with Living Local.
And I'm Stacy Fawcett. I'm on the street with Stacy.
Donna said that you use all fresh local ingredients, and that's what we're all about. So, what are you going to do for us today?
The sandwich I'm going to do for you guys is a roasted pork shoulder sandwich. I think you guys just kind of stop by Local Yokel over there. That's where I get all the pork from. It's an all-natural Berkshire pork. Really good stuff. I kind of roasted it up already.
The Local Yokel is a big hit with young and old alike for more than just food. How about this little girl eyeing her maiden voyage on a nearby tractor? Even her dad was aware of her fascination, photographing the keepsake moment. Well, back inside, there was work to be done.
I've got some just Swiss cheese here. The bread we're using is a marbled rye. Okay, so it's kind of two little flavors on there. Yeah, it's good stuff. So I just kind of start with some cheese, take some of this nice pork, and we're going to let this go ahead and get on the press over here while we make the salad. I've got a lot of different vegetables here for you. So all of these are local ingredients. They all come from as close as possible. We've got a little bit of cabbage here. This comes from just right up the road in McKinney. I've got some kohlrabi, which is kind of like a cousin of a cabbage. It's got kind of a radishy flavor. All right, that's from Austin, as well as some fennel. Okay, so you kind of got some bite in all of these vegetables here. We're making like a buttermilk dressing right now, but we put a lot of arugula in it, so it's kind of got a little bit of spice to it, a little bit of sweet. So it's kind of like an arugula ranch.
Nice.
So
I've never heard of someone doing that before. That's so creative.
Arugula ranch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of things that happen whenever you're
Of course, if you're
hanging out.
you got to do ranch, right?
Yeah, right. You know, so I mean, my slaw. Since I don't really put any mayonnaise or anything on this sandwich, I kind of like this salad to be real wet and moist. It's kind of going to tie it all together.
Can you tell us a little bit about how you find the local ingredients?
Sure. So, you know, when I first opened up, it was me going out trying to find lots and lots of farms. Since I've been open for almost 5 years now, they all kind of come to me. And it's really nice. I've got some big farms, and I've got some really little ones as well. And since we change our menu every day, depending on what's seasonal, you know, I'm able to buy from small farms, and the big ones kind of keep me stocked all the time. So if there's somebody that comes in with 10 pounds of tomatoes and a couple pounds of cucumbers, I can just take that off their hands, run it for a special for one day, and then, you know, when it's gone, it's gone.
You change your menu every day?
Yeah, I mean, it's all about just focusing on what's in season and what the best product is at the time. So, you know,
and
there's no
supporting
rules.
your local community.
For sure.
The local
For sure.
farmers and feeding the people what is being grown right around them.
Yeah,
it's really
it's
great.
going to taste better if it doesn't sit on a truck, you know.
Absolutely.
So that's the most important thing as far as what we're doing here at Patina Green. Well, let me put the sandwich together for you. All right, so we got the grilled sandwich, and you can see there's a little steam coming off of it.
that's great.
Right now I season it with a little bit of salt and pepper. Okay, the last thing we're going to put on here is a smoked beet relish. So we smoke beets, and then we marinate them in some vinegar. and a little bit of oil.
And if somebody wanted to come and buy some of these products, are they for sale here?
Some of them are. You know, I try and sell all the produce. That's kind of like my pantry over there. So when the farmers bring everything in, we put it out for sale.
Right.
And if you know it hangs out for a little bit, then that's what I'm cooking with for the week. So I've got you guys a couple more things here. We've got some potato salad, some of my red chili slaw, some pickles, and a couple cookies.
Awesome.
So
Cookies made here?
yeah, we make a lot of cookies here.
That's the first thing I saw in place. Right.
I like the cookies. This looks
good.
so good.
Maybe next time we'll do the 60-second.
Yes, 60-second cookie.
We're good. All right, well, we don't have any plates, so I tore you off some butcher paper. You guys can take that.
I can't wait.
There's something for you to share.
60 seconds.
These are a couple glasses for some tea, which is right over there, and y'all can help yourself, all right? Thanks a lot.
Welcome to the home of the Dallas Women's Forum. Obviously well manicured and decorated in Christmas decor during the recent holidays. The Forum is a non-profit philanthropic organization made up of professional women of all ages, races, and religions who share a common goal: to work together to improve our local community socially, physically, culturally, and educationally. The Forum was founded over 100 years ago and maintains a residence in the Alexander Mansion of Dallas, among the city's older residences and one of the few original houses remaining along Ross Avenue. In its earliest days, the organization established itself as a standard setter, initiating many firsts along the way. The group submitted the first pure food law to the City Council, and after much opposition, it was adopted into law. The organization's Service and Philosophy Department organized the Texas Anthropological Society and established the first museum, which was located on the campus of SMU. Now, over a century later, the same commitment inspires today's members.
The adventures of the Jelly Queens. Hey!
Ali Kush, located in Dallas's prestigious Snyder Plaza, is an upscale women's boutique which has catered to the sophisticated woman for more than 20 years. Owner Paulette Martzoff's custom-designed clothing collection features her signature fabric in a variety of styles and in more than 40 colors, and her jewelry line is handcrafted from natural elements. Paulette and her talented staff tastefully customize fabric, color, and design for their clientele and invite you to come experience Ali Kush.
Are you the type that's always looking for something different, creative, and unique when it comes to a night of fun, good music, and great food? Then look no further than Trinity Groves, a 15-acre entertainment destination located directly next to the Trinity River at the foot of the Margaret Hunt Hill Suspension Bridge. Trinity Groves is fast becoming America's culinary creative center. Visit us online to learn more about what we're all about. Simply go to trinitygroves.com.
Hi, welcome back to the Adventures of the Jelly Queens. I'm Donna Collins, and I'm with my good friend Beth Peterson, the world recipe champion from the World Food Championships. Hey Beth, welcome to Texas.
Hey Donna, thanks for having me. This is great.
Thanks. Well, everybody doesn't know, but we're all Master Chef contestants, and you know, once you finish with Master Chef, you just kind of went nuts with the competition. So can you tell us a little bit about the competitive cooking world?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, I am a big food competitor. Master Chef was the beginning of it, and I just went crazy into the whole food competition world. So much fun, and you know, it's kind of like, what can you do in your life as an adult that brings you that kind of exhilaration, that kind of fun? It's something that you're really passionate at. And I love food. I love creating interesting, fun food, and food competition has just been a really great way to enjoy that.
Well, tell me a little bit about this thing that you told me earlier, the pros against the Joes.
Right, that's right. World Food Championships, it's on its third year, so I'm a Joe, and we have all these pros from around the country that come together and they compete for a $100,000 prize. They have many different categories, from bacon to chili to burger to desserts. So any area that you're interested in, that you're passionate in food, you can come and compete.
Tell me a little bit about your awards and the thing that the things that you have, gone through since we left MasterChef.
Okay, so there was MasterChef, which was like the biggest competition, right? It was just the most
39,000 people competing for one spot.
One spot, and then you get there and it's intense, and it was probably one of the most intense competitions I've ever done. How about you?
Yeah.
Right.
Serious.
So that prepared me for many others. I mean, everything else was kind of cake after that until I got to the World Food Championships. So I won many competitions that led me to World Food Championships, like Real Women of Philadelphia, where I got to cook with Paula Deen in Savannah, Georgia. Like going to New York and creating a party for 250 people. They gave me a budget and I had to create this, and Padma Lakshmi was the judge for that. So many other, even smaller ones. Then I found out about World Food Championships. I went the first year. It was just so exciting and fun to be on that world stage and be able to compete. Through the years, they have developed interest from other countries, and now it's very international. It's a really big deal. It's something new that's happening, and one of the reasons I'm really excited to be here today with you is that we have developed a jelly championship, a world jelly championship. And we have some qualifiers that we're going to be announcing around the country. They're going to be called Jelly Jams. And, I think that we're ready, that this country, internationally, we're ready for a world jelly championship. So, the Jelly Queens, this is really exciting. The Jelly Queens are going to be really a host of our Jelly Jams around the country and at World Food Championships. And the really great part is that the winner at World Food Championships is going to be having their jelly and jam produced by the Jelly Queens and distributed throughout the United States.
That is so cool. We're so excited to find the next greatest jam in the country.
Awesome. We can't wait.
Hey y'all, we are at the Fort Worth Stock Show, and I want to give you a little peek at the wonderful families that get to come to this show. How's this for Texas?
Pretty good looking group. And talk about having your own herd. Imagine going to the stock show with your 10 kiddos in hand. And I'll bet you they took time out to sample the great vittles at the Texas Skillet.
Laura, I'm Beth. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Beth.
Okay,
Welcome.
you were not kidding, right? Everything is bigger in Texas.
Everything.
Is that right? I mean, this is incredible. I've never seen anything like this before.
This is a 7-foot skillet.
Wow.
Where he's cooking the steak that goes on our steak sandwich. It goes on the cowboy burrito. The cowboy burrito is a 10-inch tortilla. It has the red potatoes with onions, bell peppers, tomatoes, and seasoning sauteed in. Puts a layer of potatoes, a layer of the steak, a layer of cheese, rolls it up, and it's a
that sounds
burrito.
Fantastic. And tell me about the steak.
The steak is a shaved sirloin steak. It's a shaved, and then we put it on the skillet and cook it and cut it a little bit smaller so it's easier to eat on the sandwiches and the burritos.
Right, because we're walking and talking while you're eating these burritos, right? Okay.
Exactly.
Laura, it was great learning all about Texas Skillet.
Here, you need to try one now.
Oh, I'm excited. All right, so how do I do this? I
You just
kind of
pick it up and take a big old bite.
Okay, this isn't going to be pretty.
That's okay. It doesn't have to be pretty. That's what makes it taste good if it's messy.
That is some serious Texas burrito right there. That is delicious.
Never a shortage of food at the stock show. But then again, so much more as well to see.
I'm here with Kristen Jaworski. Believe it or not, she is the
Trail boss of the
trail
Fort Worth.
boss.
That is so
It's
cool.
so cool.
That is
The trail boss of the Fort Worth herd.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
I mean, Beth has said she hadn't ever seen a cow, but she hadn't seen a cow like this
I didn't know
either.
cows look like that.
So, tell us a little bit about the Longhorn cow so we can send this little Yankee home with some information.
In the historic Fort Worth stockyards, we drive 16 of these beautiful trophy-sized steers right along East Exchange Avenue for visitors from all over the world. As you see, their horns are just magnificent.
They are.
Something that's unique to the Texas Longhorn is just these beautiful colorations, various horn patterns, and you can see that represented in our herd at the Fort Worth stockyards.
We just want to thank you for joining the Jelly Queens on this adventure with our favorite Yankee.
And it's been a lot of fun for me. I have never seen anything like this. It's been a really cool experience.
We're glad you got the opportunity to come see us. Come again.
Thank you, I will. Donna, thank you for some great Texas hospitality. This has been amazing. I have loved seeing all of this here.
We think that you're going to have to come and be a permanent fixture around here.
I would love to. I mean, there's so much to see here. I've just had a blast.
It's pretty amazing. This is a great state we live in.
It sure is. All the flavors, everything we got to taste, all the great people we got to meet. It's just been so much fun. Okay, bye Texas. Until next time.
We got to get her back here soon.
Competitive cooking. It was a lot of fun going behind the scenes and seeing what really takes place.
It's an adrenaline rush.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And how about you? All the awards you've won, one stand out above all the rest?
The World Marmalade Award, when I found out that we had won, I just burst into tears, beating the English at their own game.
Very nice. And your favorite one of all time?
Blood orange lavender marmalade.
That's your favorite jelly?
It's the best.
All right, sounds like a deal. Hey, next week, talking about good times, Super Bowl 49 going to be taking place in Glendale, Arizona, a suburb of Phoenix. And we already know it's going to be the Seahawks and the Patriots. Any pick?
Patriots.
All right, we shall see. Tom Brady playing some pretty good football right now. I do know this, though. The night before the game, as it has been for the last 24 years, Taste of the NFL. For the 32 food banks in the NFL cities, helping those that go to bed food deprived every single night. 50 million right here in America, and 18 million of those children. So all these rock star chefs come together, a different representative from all the NFL teams, all 32, and then they have a Hall of Fame player alongside. They raise a lot of money, raised over $1 million when the Super Bowl was here for Super Bowl 45 here in North Texas a few years back. But Kent Rathbun represents the Dallas Cowboys, so we thank Kent for allowing us to be here at one of his restaurants, Abacus, tonight, and a special Super Bowl edition of The Adventures of the Jelly Queens coming up 1 week from today. You looking forward to that?
I'm looking forward to it.
All right, sounds like a deal. So until then, I'm Scott Murray.
And I'm Donna Collins, and may all your moments be delicious.
See you next week, everybody.